All right, y'all. Let's see why he's the only one that cares.
You know what the most important part of any live stream is? The chat. Every night, thousands of viewers pour into their favorite streamers' chat. Together, they
We
decide
ain't
what
gonna watch
games
the
get
whole
played,
thing, though.
what videos get watched, and the streamers who keep them entertained get paid. It sounds pretty easy, right? Just give the chat what it wants. The problem is, chat never wants just one thing. There's thousands of people all asking for something different, and no matter what you do, someone's unhappy. The biggest streamers learn to follow the majority and keep the party moving, because stopping everything for one unhappy viewer is the cardinal sin of streaming. You don't leave 10,000 people hanging over a single name in the chat. But what happens when the needs of the one are a matter of life and death?
My girlfriend of 3 years took her own life in November of 2025. Losing my best friend and the person I love most in the world. I'm feeling like my life is no longer worth living, and I've been falling into a bad habit of drug addiction, leading me to on MDMA in December. I don't want to be here anymore.
This is Joe Bartolozzi, and he's one of the only streamers that stops everything when someone needs help.
If a chatter
All right. Now, knowing the impact he got, when people come to a situation like this, this is where when you got that word on standby. What I mean by on standby, it's already in your heart. So you just pull it out the bag and be like, yeah, man. Hey, prayer. What's up? Situations like this, yes, you can't be everybody's savior. That's for sure. But you can definitely pray for them. And knowing how to the end of their point is of their life or how they feel, they gonna take whatever. They'll take whatever.
of mine is coming into my chat saying they're suicidal, I am first and foremost going to read their message.
But when you do this, when you make yourself the person people turn to at their lowest, you're also now the one who has to carry the weight of it.
That's a
Because now
genuine
you're
heart of
surrounded by
caring for people.
darkness.
Today I decided to end everything. Got a shotgun, can't find it in me to love myself.
Now you're giving away pieces of yourself to everyone around you.
People are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't.
Now it feels like the whole world is on your shoulders.
Now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start themselves.
That's a heavy weight to pick up, and we wanted to know why.
Who is Joe Bartolozzi, and why do you care so deeply about some of the things that you do? Which is maybe a little deep for 10:30 in the morning, but
No, it's all right.
Joe Bartolozzi was born on February 6th, 2002, and grew up in southern New Jersey. Joe wasn't the kid you have picked to become famous online. He was the small, quiet kid, the one getting picked last for everything.
I was kind of like the lanky kid
This
that
man
didn't
got
really know
the
how to control
sharpest
his...
jawline in history. Like, I don't know if anybody else keep noticing it. It's just like it's keep catching them off guard. But like every time I look at this man's jawline, it's like chiseled to the T. Like, I don't know if he be chewing on those like little jaw sharpener, little chew things or what, but that man got a jawline
So that's
like
why I
never
was picked
before.
last.
But by high school, things started turning around. He hit his growth spurt, got into lifting, and went from being the kid nobody picked to a legitimate athlete.
Yeah, that boy.
So by
Hurdle.
2019, Joe's a track athlete at a Catholic prep school in New Jersey, working part-time at a GNC, heading towards a completely normal life. And then a Chinese tech company bought a dying lip-syncing app.
TikTok is the latest app to capture.
Reason I just feel like it's so much easier for me to see some exponential growth everywhere else but TikTok, because everybody keeps saying it's so much easier to grow on TikTok. Yeah, obviously it could be because your video is trash, but I feel like people would post the most valuable content in the world and they will get just exponential views or whatever, but it's weird. It's weird.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC with Google Play Games. Unlock bigger screens.
But what do you think this does to a person?
It's not the same guys as like a Disney star, right? Because I was nowhere near that level. But it's just the idea of like, I was a teenager that's getting clout, and I think 99% of the time, that's bad.
And Joe was no exception. All of those views, all that attention that comes with internet fame, it went straight to his head.
I went from being a really insecure, it was like two polar opposites, right? And I had to find the medium. Like, I used to be really insecure when I was in like middle school, early high school.
Bro, that man always had a sharp
Like, I
jawline.
started working out, I started doing this, and then it went like full flop to like narcissism. And so it was like an obsession with myself because of insecurity that then inflated my ego to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm awesome.
And you can see it in the content from that era. The captions, the attitude, the way that he carried himself.
So this is my proposal for any women out there that would like to participate in the holiday but don't have anybody to assist them. I'm here.
This is the version of Joe that Joe doesn't like.
That person in that facade I had to do to create that character.
Nah, we talk
actually
about
became
cringe.
me
That
for
was
a short period
cringe.
of time. And I had
This,
I'm here.
This is the version of Joe that Joe doesn't like.
that is cringe. I feel like he definitely, that don't look like him. I feel like he's more of a, like, chill dude.
that person in that facade I had to do to
You don't
create
have
that
to force the
character
jar.
actually became me for a short period of time, and I hated it.
But as much as Joe hates this version of himself, he also kind of owes everything to him. Because that ego is what gave him the confidence and drive to start making bigger swings in his career. And when you're building that confidence had turned into a full-blown
All right,
obsession.
so my fault. That was
Because
a
of
whole
it, Joe
ad.
was starting to not like the person he saw in the mirror.
I'm trying to map out where the ego
He
kind of
slid
starts
that
to
ad in
disappear
like butter.
versus... Like, was there a low point, a moment where you're like, holy, I gotta change?
Yeah, I don't really, I don't think there was like an aha, right? It wasn't like a light switch flip. It was more over the span of like a 6-month period where I was like, I'm kind of being a dickhead.
Yeah.
Coupled with a variety of things. So I don't know if you can include this in the video. That's up to you. I tripped on mushrooms for the first time, like, and I hate when people talk about like that being a genuine changing factor in their life, because it's like, okay, cornball, like that's what made you, you know, really have that light switch. But I think it was like, it was a part of it, you know, like it removed the grooves of life that I have gotten into, and it made me reset to a point where I had to kind of look in myself. A lot of the people that I knew in philosophy classes as well were sharing ideas that, you know, I may have heard but not resonated or understood fully. It was so much like, wow, I'm gonna die one day. I should kind of treat people in a way that's like, this is our only life. And
It's so funny how drugs can make you think a certain way. Like, I never took them, but I feel like the way how when people take them, they internally go into themselves and be like, I feel like I need to change my ways. And more than likely, obviously, it's God tugging at you, letting you know you need to change your ways. But, like, bro, when you come to that realization of knowing the things you do in this life will project what comes in the afterlife, you will start taking this life more seriously. Like, the younger you are when you understand that, the better. If you learn this at 50, 70 years old, you can be like, dang, I wish I learned this at woo age. But now that you be able to do this in your mid-20s, you straight.
And I accredit my viewers a lot because in that time, parasocial relationships built a little bit, which is bad. But at the same time, there were people coming to me for the first time going, I want to kill myself.
You were chatting to your last streamer because you're ending it all. Whoa, 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 whoa.
If there was a moment of like lock in, it was that.
What happened? One of my subs just said he's gonna himself. Dude, do you need help?
Because
Hey, that's how I
was
be.
going, yeah, even though I'm 19,
That's how I be instantly. How's your day? You all right? How's your mental? Move? All right. But if you ain't all right, what you need, bro? Let me pray for you. Talk to me. This is an open platform, safe. Like, we can't have this. Everybody ball y'all stuff up. You come here just for whoop me. Something no. It's an open platform for anybody. If you need to talk, you can talk.
you know,
No
there
judgment.
are people that actually look up to me in a way that's like, I need to be better at.
Life is the best thing that will ever happen. No matter how bad it can get, life is amazing.
Now, put yourself in that chair for a second. You're 19 years old. You started streaming to play video games, to have fun and make people laugh, and somebody you've never met just told you they're planning their own death. And out of everyone in their life, they picked you to tell.
I feel like no one cares and I want to end it all. I have a date planned, so you'll probably never see me again. I want to say you make me laugh a lot. I'm going to myself October 2nd. No one will remember me.
And this kept happening. Joe would go live, and sooner or later, somebody would show up in a genuine crisis, typing their darkest thoughts into a Twitch chat.
Don't want to be a mood killer. I just want to say my family basically bullies me every day, and I can't get them to stop. I've been thinking about suicide a lot.
When Joe first started getting these messages from chatters, his initial response was the same as anyone with the hearts would be. He wanted to help. Both on stream and off of it, Joe took the time to talk with those viewers, getting to know them on a personal level and giving them real advice just like you would with a friend.
You guys mean the world to me. If you need help with something like that, I can try my best. So that's why I'm kind of chilling or pausing the stream for the last like 15 minutes to talk about this, because
I want to be able to talk to him. I've been watching him for a little bit recently, especially like just on like understanding like how to grow and everything. But him as a person, just as, because I know his faith used to be, I think he was Catholic at the time, but I just want to understand him as a person more, because he has a heart of, like, he has a sincere heart of caring for individuals. And you can see the weight that he carries when people bring their issues to him. And he wants to help, but he can't be their, like, savior. Well, there's only one man that can be the savior, and that's Jesus Christ. He can fulfill all needs. People don't want to hear it because they be mad. But I know why you're mad, because it's the things internally that's inside that needs to get healed.
that's important.
But there's a harsh reality that all streamers have to learn eventually. Your viewers aren't your friends. They can't be.
I have had probably 20 people come to me about themselves, like on live. The first 2 times it's happened, I have tried to like help them, and then it just ended badly in terms of them getting parasocial towards me and then nonstop coming to me.
You see, the relationship between a streamer and a viewer is way more complicated than a normal friendship. When you spend hours watching someone through a screen, day after day, your brain starts doing something weird. You pick up their sense of humor. You learn their opinions, their moods, what makes them laugh, and what sets them off. You come to know them the way you'd know a friend. Except they have no idea like, you even exist.
What's that word? Like, they adopt you as they, like, parent or something. Like they adopt you as they relative. Kind of like an orphan.
This is what's called a parasocial relationship.
Oh my
and it can be a dangerous thing.
Now a scary home invasion as 3 masked intruders with guns grab a popular influencer by the hair demanding money.
What?
3 guys came into my room, turned all the lights on, and then they had the gun pointed at me.
Yeah. Yeah. In this moment, y'all, I would never be this big. Never. I would not be, no. All you gonna see is me and my desktop. That's it. Nothing else. Not outside, nope, unless I'm at the pond. Probably it, but nothing else.
Most parasocial relationships don't reach this level, there's always a possibility that it can.
3 popular Twitch streamers face a terrifying encounter while live streaming along the Santa Monica Pier.
I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now. If the streamer leans too far one way, they might come across as uninterested or cold. But lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake an occasional reply for friendship.
Please stop following me.
It's getting
weird. It's getting strange.
Her?
I don't know you, okay? So please leave me alone.
That's where things can take a turn for the worst. Because now that attention
that IRL
and when
stuff,
the expectation
yeah,
of
I'm
response to
cool.
the next chat isn't met, it can feel less like being ignored by a streamer and more like a betrayal by someone that they thought they knew.
It's a weird parasocial relationship that forms, and you're not even aware that this person is forming that typically until they're like about to show up, or they do show up.
The gap is hard to manage, which is why most streamers keep a barrier up around the heavy personal stuff.
My sis is dead.
Right, let's try and keep it positive.
Please don't talk about side in my chat, please. This is something I just don't like to hear or talk about, you know?
And you can't really blame them. At the end of the day, streamers are supposed to entertain.
At some point, there has to be a boundary between caring about the people watching and becoming responsible for everything that they bring into the chat.
They become too attached.
Hey, look, when it comes to people being, y'all can bring your issues, okay? But don't expect me to be like the ones who have every answer for you, okay? The best thing I say is go to the Lord. Sometimes it's hard for me to go to the Lord. If you need healing, you need prayer, I'll pray. We're going to pray as a community. But one thing I would not do is try to be your savior. Okay? My heart longs for people to be able to get healed, longs for people to have an encounter. But when it comes to situations like this where they like, yeah, we ain't talking about this, let's keep it positive. Hey man, we all broken. That's a fact. We are all broken. Nobody's perfect. If y'all talk about keep it positive, if somebody hurt, they need help. That's a sheep that feels abandoned. Why would you tell an abandoned sheep like, nah, you can't come with the other sheeps. We cool. We gonna keep it positive over here. We won't want your broken wounds. He probably didn't mean it like that, but like, golly, you don't. It's hard to tell a troll for somebody that's really real, and that's the scary part because you don't know who's being for real and who's not. And what if it was that wrong person? Sometimes you just gotta be like, leave the floor open, be like, you know, come on, man. If they come to support you and they feel comfortable around you, made it to a point where it feels comfortable. You made your platform comfortable enough for them to even to be vulnerable like that.
To you, where they see you as an actual friend that they have. So I feel like that is kind of a boundary that you have to set as a streamer, but it's hard to gauge where that line is.
Joe had every reason to draw that same boundary. He'd answered the heavy messages, taken conversations off stream, and learned what could happen when things become too parasocial.
The first 2 times I helped somebody with like issues, they just kept messaging me, and then they like got upset when I stopped messaging them. So it's more so of that issue.
But mental health meant too much to him. Ignoring somebody who might not make it through the night was never a choice he could live with. After those early mistakes, Joe implemented 2 important factors that would eliminate those odd parasocial dynamics from coming into the picture. For starters, he removed any one-on-one interaction. All conversations with chatters were strictly held on stream from the Twitch chat.
I've prepared to go, tired of waiting for things to improve. You are my escape. Thank you, dude. If you're saying you're gonna kill yourself, don't. I know this was 10 minutes ago. I hope you're still here.
And second, but most importantly, he made the pivot from trying to be the help himself and became the middleman.
Fine if you're depressed and you want to come to me for advice, but when it comes to the gravity of seeking an expert is better than seeking Joe Bartolozzi.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a
Twitch streamer,
therapist.
TikToker. You know what I mean?
For those who came into the chat looking for help, Joe was there to give them a few encouraging words and push them in the right direction.
I've had not so good thoughts, if you know what I mean, and listening to your advice and others has helped me even during those hard times. If you ever have thoughts, reach out to somebody, genuinely. Go to a therapist, psychiatrist, talk to somebody that can help you. It's not the answer. Like, there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. Especially seeing that I don't know the person. So that's why I try to do the charity streams for, like, you know, 988 or AFSP or Trevor Project. We're doing reactions today. And it's a charity stream. We raised $2,700, which was matched 3x by the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation. So dub in the chat for that. Goes to a good cause, saving lives.
And for a while, this worked pretty well. While it seems kind of small, Joe's brief but encouraging words were actually making a difference in people's lives.
I've been subbed for a year now, and I want to say thank you for helping me through this past year with having to deal with my grandpa's suicide and my own personal problems. You're definitely my favorite top streamer, and I hope you never stop.
Wow. That's the impact right there, sir.
But by the time Joe graduated college, things had started to change. His viewer count climbed to some of the highest in all of streaming, and managing the expectation of that many chatters is a totally different beast.
Like, right now, I average 10K. Chat's horrible.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. I gotta lock in. I want to get into the videos. I'm starting to get stressed the f*** out. I'm starting to get stressed the f***
Nah, bro,
out.
again, over.
I could tell this was gonna happen at the start of stream when I got like 9 messages just unloaded onto me.
With this many viewers watching, Joe found himself caught between 2 groups that wanted
Man,
completely different
nah,
things
you
from
getting
him.
the
Because on one
overwhelmness,
hand,
bro.
some viewers felt that he wasn't doing enough to help.
I guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me.
Stuff like this, right there, that would get me. I can't do everything for everybody. Now, one thing I'm learning, especially on the internet, I can't let every comment, because even reading one comment that's negative, it would literally make me feel like I just did everything wrong, and I feel like Lord mad at me and so much more. And even if I read a good comment, I feel like I'm letting that puff me up, make me prideful, so much other things. But I gotta learn. I'm still learning, bro. I'm still learning.
Comment. I have 5,000 people in my stream that are spamming right now. I'm also playing a video game, and then I don't respond to you, and you pull this guilt trip here.
But on the other hand, there was a totally different group of viewers that were tired of the stream constantly stopping.
Jesus, dude, I like watching your streams, but when you go on rants like this, that's all you do all the time. That's annoying. Play the game. Do me a favor and never watch me again. Do me a favor and go yourself.
No matter what Joe did, someone felt ignored, and the messages were starting to get more demanding. Early on, people would briefly mention that they were struggling, and Joe would offer a few words of encouragement. Now they wanted more.
Like every stream, it's been getting more and more and more and more like involved, where people are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't. I'm sorry.
But the hardest part was figuring out who genuinely needed help and who was only looking for attention.
How do you balance keeping everybody happy and then also sorting through people who are just doing it for attention?
I mean, that's the struggle. Because I'm a suicide prevention advocate, that is an avenue that a lot of people use to manipulate their way into being noticed or speaking to me on stream. And so, yeah, if there's 10 chats saying they're suicidal, 6 of them are fake.
Because I do so much mental health advocacy, the amount of people that come into my chat and fake being is absurd. I had one chatter that came in and they say, hey, I'm the mother of so-and-so. He took his own life. I just wanted to let you know you were his favorite streamer. I'm sorry that he took his life. I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I hope you're all right. I'm sorry for the loss of your son. Ugh. Come to find out, they come back a month later and they're like, my brother typed that, banned his, blocked him. You're the chatter? I knew that, bro. I'm banning you, man. That's fucking weird as shit.
This leaves Joe stuck making a decision that's difficult to get right.
If I'm being honest, I think a large portion of people that come into my chat and say stuff that's idle are lying. But I have to treat them all as if they're real, because then I could, on an off chance, not take somebody seriously that is serious. And that's the worst thing you could do.
Ignoring the wrong message could have serious consequences, but responding to every message was impossible, and the pressure of trying was beginning to wear him down.
I feel bad, and I've talked about this. It's like, I wish I could help, but like sometimes I can't, you know? Like there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. Especially seeing that I don't know the person.
But there's one message that weighs on Joe the most. It's one that he's heard over and over again, that for some viewers, he's the only reason that they're still alive.
Whoa. You do got people out there that's like that, where they feel like they only alive because of their mama, they only alive because of their dad, they only alive because of their baby. Man, there's only one person that can control your heartbeat, man. But that's understandable, but you finding your foundation, your rock, in the wrong places, because if that person gone, what else you gonna have? Your foundation gone. It's swept under the rug from you.
You were there when my dad passed. You saved me from ending my own life more than anyone should. I've realized so much because of you. I can't thank you enough. You unknowingly have helped me with a lot. My life has gotten a lot better since watching you from your philosophy stuff. Never had a favorite streamer until I watched your streams, and it kind of saved my life, no pressure. I wanted to myself, you saved my life. I did not save your life, you saved your own life. Please get the help you need, though. If I'm the only reason that you stopped, wanting to kill yourself in that moment, you need a lot of help outside of just watching my content.
When you hear some of those stories, how big of a toll does that take on you? Because, like, I don't know, I'm watching through some of their clips,
He'd be
talking
a
to people like this.
He'd be a good. Oh my gosh! When I tell you, he will direct them to the source. When he find the truth too in his encounter with God, he gonna like, yeah, y'all need to go to bro. Y'all need to go to your dad. Now your dad at the house, or your dad in the big house above us.
A lot of the chat is asking, who is checking on Joe?
I mean, I'm starting therapy soon. I'm not saying it's bad to have my videos as like something to fall back on to make you feel happier versus like, I'm suicidal, your videos are the only thing that's keeping me alive.
Take a second and think about what that actually means for the person receiving it. Somebody just told you that your uploads are load-bearing for their existence.
Don't tell me that. Like, I'm glad I'm able to help, man, but like, get help. Like, get help, please.
So what happens if you take a break? What happens if you burn out and quit? On some level, Joe now feels like he has to keep posting, because somewhere out there, somebody's hanging on by his streaming schedule.
There will be people that will like come to my chat and they're like, hey, you prevented me from killing myself because I saw one of your videos and it made me laugh. On surface level, that's great. If you're me, now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start killing themselves.
And beyond the pressure, there's the sheer exposure to darkness.
Golly.
Joe's DMs and chat are a constant stream of people's lowest moments. And when you're surrounded by that much pain for that long, it eventually starts to get in.
That's like the one thing is the emotional drain, I guess. Like I put a lot out.
After every stream, Joe sits there for an hour just coming back down from what the job took out of him.
Like when I'm done stream, I get off, I literally sit there in like silence for maybe an hour. I need like time to decompress. Just because that is a lot at times.
Yeah, you streaming what, 5 hours a day?
And I've gotten used to it, but it kind of builds. Like I'll be good for a month, and then there'll be a week where I'm just like not there emotionally, I guess. And that's like a problem.
So the obvious question is, why keep doing it? Every other streamer proved you can just let the messages scroll and the career survives. Joe could put up the full wall tomorrow and nobody could really blame him.
I'm not sitting here acting like I'm some role model, but if people are going through stuff and I recognize that they're watching my content to help them, that I want them to have some sort of guidance of redirection to be better themselves and also better their own mental health in a way that's good for them.
Joe did the math and decided helping people is worth what it costs him.
I enjoy making people happy more than the other aspects of the job. And that's what enables me to deal with this too. Like a lot of people are like, oh, push through the negative because you make money. I think I push through the negative because I can affect people more positively here than any other job that I could possibly be doing.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna end it on that, chat. That was beautiful.